4, 3, 2, 1, action.
Hello, hello, hello. This is Monique Hoggard. I am with the Shades of Grey podcast. I'm with eXp Realty, and we are here today at Sayrie Communities with our lovely host, Nate. Nate, do you want to tell us a little bit about yourself, how long you've been here with the community? We would like to get some more information as far as what amazing incentives you all have for these lovely buyers out here.
Thank you very much, Monique. I have been with Sayrie Communities now for actually going on a year. Came from a different builder. I have years of experience in the new home sales industry. Reached a lot of accomplishments in my professional career, and so just excited to be here and answer any questions that you might have as far as a new home sales experience. I've worked with some people from eXp, and I'm familiar with the Seth brothers as well. So
awesome.
Yeah.
Well, good. Well, I wanted to ask you if you can just kind of walk us through. A client comes in, they're interested in this amazing home that we are in. How does that process look for those that have never purchased a home or maybe not ever purchased a brand new construction? So I know that there's inventory and then there's new build. Can you explain the two?
Sure. Well, when a person first comes in, basically what we want to do is greet them and actually, do some form of discovery to figure out what it is that they're needing, and to figure out, what actually brought them into the community and actually how they hear it, how they heard about us. And also what we want to do is try to figure out if an inventory is going to be best suitable for them or if a new build. It's all based upon each and every person's particular situation. So there's not a one size fit all. It's not a cookie cutter situation.
Absolutely.
However, if a person does come in, without representation, that's fine too, because as a new home sales consultant, what we do, we want to help them, guide them through the process as if they are being represented as well. Okay. But you have to understand that, being on the new home sales process, you have two types of representation. You have representation from the seller. You also have representation from a buyer. And so there's a fine line that you have to walk to make sure that everybody's having a fair deal on both sides.
Right. So because you're a new community, there's no one necessarily selling their house yet. I would hope not, right here. It's just pretty much buyers that are walking in that want to move into the community, correct?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yes.
Awesome. So how do you typically handle a unrepresented buyer that's interested in purchasing one of your properties? Like, can you take us through that process?
Sure. Monique, a person that's unrepresented typically has a lot of questions, especially if they are a new buyer. Mm-hmm. And so what I like to do is, through my discovery process, is to figure out exactly what it is that they know about that whole buying experience. And based upon their level of understanding, kind of go them and kind of walk with them through that whole process, and tell them, hey, listen, this is what's going to happen. Now, is it best that they have representation? I can't tell you that, but I do know that it typically goes a lot smoother if they do have representation to come in, especially if they're a first-time home buyer.
Awesome.
And so that's how that works.
Okay. And then would you say if they have questions that maybe you're not able to answer, I guess when it gets a little bit more technical as far as the home is concerned, how do you answer those questions? Do you have to get back with them because you have to talk with the builder if it's more builder specific questions?
Well, that's my position is to know those answers, is to have the answers to those questions. And so there's very rarely there's not that I'm not able to find an answer for a question that they have. And so a person that's coming inside of my office and we sit down and we kind of talk about that whole process during that discovery, we are answering a lot of their questions, and we're actually putting them at ease to help them go through that whole buying decision, that whole buying process.
Okay.
And so,
Awesome. Now, a lot of times, sometimes if they are already pre-approved, they have their own lender, but they also can utilize your lender, correct?
Right.
So what would be the difference if they were to use their own lender, if they got a pre-approval versus the builder's lender?
That's a good question. Well, a builder's lender typically has incentives that goes along with it. and those incentives are typically closing costs. And nowadays you have lower interest rate that goes along with that. Our incentives are we have a lower interest rate with some closing cost contribution. If a buyers decide to go with their own lender, that's fine, but we're not going to incentivize them to use their own lender when we have lenders that we use that closes over 1,000 loans nationwide on a monthly basis.
Right.
And so we typically know what we're doing, and those are that part of that process to make sure everything goes smoothly.
Okay.
However, there's some outside lenders out there that are very, very incredible. They do some very, very great and unique things. It's unfortunate we're not able to incentivize those types of situations as of now.
Awesome. Well, that is amazing. So I know that every builder has their own incentives. I've seen, and I think you addressed that, interest rate buy down. There's closing costs. There's also, sometimes you will even throw in a washer and a dryer, maybe some blinds, the sod. Everybody has different incentives, right?
That is correct.
What does Sayrie offer? What are some of the amazing incentives that y'all are going to provide when you have clients that walk in the door?
Well, here at Aurora, our incentives are, right now as it stands, is a 5.25% interest rate and $10,000 in closing costs.
Oh.
And so, however, that interest rate is special is going down. And so that's a nationwide special. And so we may not have that for too long. But some of the standard features that we have is that standard features will give them a washer and dryer and refrigerator at time of close, after closing. And that's an agreement that we have with Best Buy as of right now. We also have side, front, and backyard sprinkler system, gutters on all sides of the house, garage door opener, hot water heater. And so we really do have a turnkey operation where a person just comes in, turn the keys, move the furniture, and the house is fully furnished.
Wow.
Going back to your question as far as representation, a lot of times, new clients or new buyers, they don't know what they can ask for. And so, although we may not be including blinds, but typically a realtor will come in and say, hey, look here, can we include blinds with that deal as well? And we'll oftentimes do that, to make sure it's a complete turnkey, type of situation.
Okay. So 5.25 interest rate, that is amazing. That might be going down, right? Lower?
No.
Or it might be going
away.
up?
Might be going
Oh, it might be going away.
Right.
Okay. So if you are looking to move in the Katy area, you definitely want to come take advantage of the 5.25 interest rate. There's closing costs for how much?
Up to $10,000.
$10,000, and also you're going to get some great appliances, some sod, some blinds. That is amazing because I know some builders do not include the sod.
Let's not forget the sprinkler system.
And the sprinkler systems, yes, because it is hot here in Houston, guys, and we don't want the grass to be burnt to a crisp. So that is great. Well, thank you. The only other question I have for you is when it comes to the lovely contract. So if everybody wants to know about that lovely contract, how do you go through the contract with your client, or with if they're not represented?
Well, the contract typically is delivered to them by way of DocuSign. And so that's where the representation comes into play, because they're going to have to read that contract. They're going to have to have an understanding. If they don't have an understanding of the contract, they can always give us a call and I'll walk them through it. But, I can't advise them what is and what is not inside the contract. All I can say that this is a contract, that this is an agreement, a purchase agreement, that you're actually purchasing this home.
Okay.
And so,
is there anything in the contract that, maybe they may have questions on that you see frequently?
Oh yeah,
what are some of the things
earnest deposits, warranty, things of that nature there, which we cover. I mean, we'll go over a great deal. And so by the time they're said and done, they have a pretty good idea as far as the contract is concerned.
Awesome.
And so I never encourage anyone to sign anything that they're not feeling comfortable about and that they're not excited about.
Right. All right. Well, that is going to conclude our first segment of new construction. Again, we are here at Aurora, and is this the first phase that y'all are doing?
Actually, this is the third phase.
Oh, okay.
We have one more phase after this.
Okay, so there's still some homes left, guys. Is there an opportunity for them to still build, or are they just all inventory?
It's all inventory homes.
Okay, so no need to build. You can actually just come pick out your floor plan and get ready to move in. So thank you, Nate. We really appreciate it. Thank you for allowing us to come and shoot here at within the community. And we look forward to seeing you for the next episode. And we will get his colleagues' feedback on some more questions to come. So if you have any questions or you're interested in moving in the community, do you want to provide your phone number or email address? How can they reach you?
Sure. They can reach me at 713-572-5882.
Okay.
And all they have to do is mention you in this segment, and
okay.
I'll know exactly what we need to do from that point.
Awesome. And me, I'm Monique Hoggard with EXP. You can reach me at 832-578-4021. My email is tmoniquehoggard@gmail.com. I am on Facebook as Monique, and I'm on Instagram as Move with Monique too. So if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. I would love to help get you in a home here with Nate. He is a great sales rep, and he would be looking forward to helping you as well. So thank you guys for viewing, and we look forward to talking to you soon.